Welcome back to Trade Pro FX, and today we are diving into focusing. If you have heard about the synthetic trading, which we normally do, especially here at Trade Pro FX, so there is something I want you to know while trading the synthetic market and the difference also of trading the Forex market. So you can see for the trading view of derivative, you normally type the derivative at the end, but for the Forex market, you type for only trading view and you see how the differences are. So look at that, and then for this one, maybe let's choose a trade like gold. Trade gold, that's XAU USD. So let's use Ohanda. We'll just use Ohanda, and today we will just pick some few tips and how to use the trade the Forex market and the synthetic market. And finally we will look at something we call the Forex factory. So I want you to note these things. So this is this called the Forex factory. So this one. So let me first click there, then return back to all this. This is synthetic trading, this is Forex, and this is Forex factory. So all the three I will tell you how they normally mean or how they work out. So first let's break down the differences between the synthetic markets, which is these ones. So let's break between the differences between these synthetic markets and these Forex markets. Yes, I hope you have understood. So we will break down between the two. So both offer traders unique opportunities, but it's important to understand how they operate. So these two, the synthetic and the Forex markets. The Forex market, this one. The Forex market, let me begin by this one. The Forex market has the largest financial markets in the world, where currencies like USD, let me first remove this one. So the Forex market has currencies like Euro USD, GBP USD, USD, JPY, all that are traded 24 for 5 days, meaning 24/5 means the weekend. The weekend the market does not operate. This is on the Forex market. But coming to this, the synthetic markets, that's why it trades 24/7. 24/7 meaning also the weekends you can also trade the synthetic market. So the Forex market is influenced. This is the first key thing that I want you to understand. The Forex market is influenced by various factors, including the economic data, all the geopolitical events like now currently we are experiencing in Israel. If you are watching the current news, you can see there is an issue of Israel, and I don't know whether it's Iran, something to do with that. So those geopolitical events, right, and also the central bank policies, those are the things that normally affect this Forex market. So with that, how do you know this economic data? This is where the answer comes in the Forex factory. That's now where you come and know what is happening. And you can see like today is on October 3rd. Today is on October 3rd, and all this shows you the impacts of those currencies. You can see NZD, AUD, JPY, all those gold trades balance. All these have meanings, and we will look at them step by step. Those are unemployment claims. So we will look at them step by step. Today is on that, and tomorrow is the major day I want you to focus on. So you will stay, we will talk about it. Let me first complete by explaining that now focusing on this Forex market, I've told you it is affected by those geopolitical, economic data, and also maybe banks, central banks, which normally affect that forex chart or the forex market. So on the other hand, these coming back to derivative or the synthetic market, they are very different from the forex market. The synthetic, like these volatilities, volatility 10-1s, volatility 10, volatility 25-1s, all these volatility indexes, all the crash and boom that we have discussed before, these indices stimulate real world markets volatility but are not affected by external economic or political factors. They are not affected by the external economic or the political factors. They trade 24/7, offering consistent price action based on algorithms. So if you have understood that, we can now proceed now to the key differences of, now let's talk about trading strategies in the forex price action, which can be unpredictable during major news like NFP, which tomorrow I want us to discuss about it. So what is such kind of NFP? It means non-farm payrolls or central bank announcement. So that NFP, it occurs always on the first Friday of each and every month. So each and every first month, this NFP or the non-farm payrolls or central bank announcement causing sharp volatility. So the market moves very volatile. It is very fast. So I'll just put maybe a slight video of how the news market move on maybe NFP or something called like the CPI news. So you need to understand how the global economics work and interpret market sentiment. So all this shows you how the market will move after you understand all this. So tomorrow will be the first Friday of this October month. So here you can see on 3:30 p.m. we have non-farm employment change, which will affect the dollar tomorrow. And you see we have the forecast and the previous and the actual. So you can see currently the actual has not been set because we have not reached the October 4. So this actual will determine how the market will move for the dollar. So the non-farm employment is called the non-farm payrolls is also represented by what we call the NFP. Most of the people will trade on this day tomorrow, and most of them, be it, I don't know whether you will be part of the people who will earn the profits or the people who will lose on this news. Most of the people earn and some lose, but you have to understand the psychology of trading this forex market. So, but for these synthetics, you focus just purely on technical analysis. That's why you see me teach more of the technical analysis, how to identify fair value gaps, all those kind of things, and the market patterns. Since if you have not watched the market pattern, kindly check on this YouTube channel. I've told how to understand the patterns of this, how to analyze this synthetic market, since there are no external influences. This can make it easier for traders who want to avoid the uncertainty of news-driven moves like this NFP. So for the synthetics, that's where it comes in. But remember, I've told you the forex market is determined by the real market, all the political effects that how trading you need to know. So now let's talk about trading news. So basically this content for today was basically how to trade the news in the forex market. So using the forex factory, when you just dive into the forexfactory.com, you will arrive at this, and The Forex Factory provides a calendar. As you can see this calendar, it provides with a calendar for the upcoming economic events and can impact the current prices, how you see them. So the gold, as you can see now, it is there. This is 15 minutes. You can see it is usually affected by how the Forex Factory news or any factors that are leading to this market from changing. So with that knowledge, you know that Forex Factory provides the upcoming economic events and can impact currency prices. And you can also cross-check from the back. You can see it shows you yesterday all the past news that all correct data that have passed, and you can see the upcoming economic events when you proceed. So that's why when I scroll to October 4 and I am today on that, I can see what will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a release of the non-farm employment payrolls. So each event that has an impact in indicator or the medium which is high or high impact events marked. So these events like the interest rate decisions, GBP data or inflation reports, they are always highlighted on colors. So let me show you. When I go back to this today, let's just talk about today. So you can see we have the actual showing a green color, and you can see the forecast showing a black color. The data, I'm talking of the data, the black color, and the previous one shows black and red. So basically, how to the Forex shows these different impacts using the colors, yet those colors that are said. So to trade the news, you want to focus on the high impact events. So the high impact events are like this one for the first Friday, which is the NFP news. So these impact events, you need to know how the upcoming interest rate is, so that you can trade some of it trade after news or before news, so that they can have that movement of that current news. So here is how you can see the forecasted number, the previous, as I've said, the actual, the previous, and forecast. So with this knowledge, you can begin start how to interpret the news. So if the data comes better than expected, so I want you to look at this. This was the previous. So today, so let me go back so that we can look. So this was the previous. You see 5.6 billion. This is AUD. The impact was for goods trade balance. You can see we have 5.6 billion. So from this is the previous one. So as much as the data comes out in a better way than expected, so the forecast was 5.1. So this was the previous 5.6. So the forecast was based on the forecast will give data which is maybe below this. That's how they had predicted. But what did the data come out? It came out more better than expected. So it can strengthen the currency and cause a bullish move when you see such kind of movement. So for example, you can see, let's now go back to this. So for example, this now for the non-farm payrolls report shows. So let's see the non-farm payroll. You can see previous was 142,000. So it shows a report that we expect now a higher. You see, we expect a higher from the previous 142 to 148. But now since it has not come out, tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. when that will have an increase here as expected. So as expected, if it will have an increase, the USD could rally against other currencies. The USD could maybe rally against other currencies. So maybe we can now check for something like the previous Friday, that is on September first Friday. So as you can see, it's just the opposite. When you see the report is worse than expected, the currency always weakens and lead into a bearish move. So always check the forecasted result before the event and compare it to the actual ones the results are released. So I'm checking for this September. So Friday 13. So that's not first Friday. So let's see, Monday, Sunday, and Friday 6 September. So let's do an analysis using this. So look at it, the USD, the non-farm employment change. So we expected what? The previous was 89,000. Then what happened? It increased. So the forecast was that it will increase, and what went on? It increased from the previous. So the previous was 89, the actual became 142. So what would you expect? So you expect now the dollar to increase, because it has already increased in the actual from what we expected. So the currency means that it can cause a bullish move. So let's just go to this date. It was on Friday, September. So Friday, September. Friday, September. So you can backtest. Let's backtest. Friday, September. So Friday, September. So I don't know why. Let me refresh my chart again. So this is it. So Friday, September, we want to look at, let me first get into one day, then we look at 15 minutes, our major focus, it's at 15 minutes on which day? September 6, we expect it went bullish. Why? The Forex Factory told us that during that time, it increased and showing us that now we had a good. So Friday 12, so that's 12. So we look at Friday 11, no, on 6, it should show us a bullish trend at exactly 5:30. Good. This is 5 September and 1 at 7:45. No, we want at 5:30 at exactly. Just look at it, guys. How did the Forex Factory tell us? You see, this is at exactly 5:36 on 6th September 2024. 15:30 means at exactly 5:30. Yes, at exactly 3:30. Sorry, not 5:30. Shown us that the calendar shows us. So let's go back again to the Forex Factory. It is shown us that. So let's go back to that day on 6th September where we had NFP. So that was the first Friday of that month, as we expect tomorrow, which is the first Friday of this month, October. So be aware of any movement. So this is NFP at exactly 3:30, non-farm change, and what was the actual? It was more from the previous, and it was forecasted that it would be 164, but it followed. It was a bit increase from this. So what did we expect? It was now good for the market, and we can now buy gold, and that's what happened. So on 3:30, gold went up as the Forex Factory shown us. So if that was so, there's this thing I want you to understand. There's what we call DXY. So DXY represents the dollar. So let me go to the, or when DXY, it is the opposite. So if DXY on that day went down, if you see it went down, obviously what do we expect? That the gold will move up. So let me check. Let me open with this. Sorry. Let's open using the calculator. Let's proceed moving back. So when you analyze gold and then come analyze the DXY, if the opposite, if it shows the opposite of what you have analyzed on gold, just definitely know the trend of the market will go that way. So that was 11th September. So we are still moving a bit, so we can see where it went. So on 6th September at exactly 1, so this is 1 p.m. so we should now focus on so exactly this was 16 at 6 p.m. so this is 16:30. So that's 4:30, then 5 for that, 4:45, 4, so 5, we want 5:30, and that's it. Just look at that. The opposite of what gold did. So gold went up, and then what did the DXY do? It went down. So when you go to your gold and analyze and see that now I've seen an up direction trend, just know the opposite will happen when you analyze on, or when you now get to DXY, and when you confirm that, know that the market will move in that direction. So for today, go analyze and target the NFP news, and remember how the NFP moves. Rarely do the NFP move on one direction. It moves down, sweeps liquidity, and then moves up and leaves. It leaves such kind. It normally, look, just back test, you'll note that it normally has such kind of movement. Yes, it normally have such kind of movements. Moves up, takes some profits of NARS, takes the stop loss of some traders, the retail traders especially, and then sweeps also the ones who were put on this side, and then the market. It normally makes these 2 weeks. I have never seen any NFP make a correct move like now, a downtrend without retrieving upwards. Only CPI does such kind of movements for one move downwards or upward, but for NFP it makes such movement. So if you know you do not know how to trade the news, kindly wait for news to be out and then proceed to trade from there after you analyze the market. So that's how you interpret when you see the news reads. So if tomorrow, so let's see the forecast of tomorrow. So let's see the forecast of tomorrow. So let me just reset it so it can give us a correct very quick. So that's for tomorrow, October. Then NFP, they say the previous was 142, yes, and we saw. So the previous was 142. Then their forecast is 148. So if it goes above this, the actual, so we will buy gold. If it goes below, we sell gold. It's just the same thing. So that's it for today. If you are a good forex trader, let's comment below what is the trend. What trend do you think will be for gold now currently? So those few remarks. Have a blessed day and time, and guys, Those who trade synthetics, kindly be ready to see. Just join this forex and see tomorrow's move of gold, and you see how many pips would you have picked from it. So those remarks, that's the end of this video.